welcome to my channel. My name is Love Bembo, and today I'll be discussing a very important and very relatable topic. And I'm discussing adulthood. Let me say that again. Adulthood. Okay, so adulthood is a very vast topic. So I'll be breaking this topic will be in segments. So I've like broken them down to about 4 segments. Today I'll be talking about the challenge of having to pick a school and a course that you want to study in the university. Okay, like it's in my poster before the video started. Nobody really tells you what and how to prepare for adulthood. It's just like it becomes like a wake up call. Nobody informs you. The only thing that most times our parents prepare us for is for education, for primary education, get your secondary education, then university starts in. And majority of the times, like, the standard to get into the higher institution, it's like you have to be up to 18 years of age. And that standard all over the world. Once you're 18, you're an adult. You're recognized as an adult. And legally you can be charged and taken to court, and also end up in prison if you what's the word, you do any criminal offense or anything. Okay, so I'm going to speak from a personal point of view. So when I was younger, I used to feel like, oh, I can't wait to be an adult. Especially when you have all those aunties and uncles that will come to your house, and they will come empty-handed, and you'll be like, this uncle is too stingy, can you even buy something. We always felt like, as an uncle and auntie, we just had this idea that our uncle and aunties had money. How do we having that money? We didn't know. We did not know, what it cost them, or what it took them to be able to dash you those money or buy you those things that they buy you. Or we just felt like, as an adult, I'm supposed to get money, and all of that. And after leaving teenagehood, becoming an adult and everything, that stress of when you get to primary school, everybody's in the same thing, everybody's learning the same thing, so you don't necessarily have to pick a part or an education part at that point in time. Everybody's receiving or attending the same classes and all of that, so that is cool, no pressure. Then you enter the secondary school level, and then you now start making choices. For us here in Nigeria, we have the science section, we have the accounting section, and we have the art section. So those that want to study sciences, where you want to be a doctor or engineer or research, anything that has to do with science, they are in that class. Those that want to study accounting, anything that has to do with finance, business education, and the rest of that, find themselves in commercial class. We'll call it commercial class. And the last but not the least, we have the arts. So those that want to study law and anything that is in that line, fall into those 3 categories. So once you get to secondary school, the pressure begins to build a little bit. The glimpse of adulthood begins to rest in, but it has not rested in, because now you're still your parents are still answerable for you. They still get to pay your fees and all of that, so you don't feel the pressure like that. The pressure is just to succeed, excel, and make them proud at that point in time, so that they don't feel like the money that they are spending or investing on you is a waste of time. So yeah, you finish secondary school, and sometimes when you go into sciences or arts, it now becomes a problem picking a course in the university. So for those that study sciences, now you have to pick whether you want to study medicine, you want to study nursing. Okay, for those that are in mind, okay, I want to be an engineer, what kind of engineering? You have to now start thinking, oh, do I want to study chemical engineering, do I want to study electronic engineering? All that pressure. I remember my time when I finished secondary school. For me, yes, I studied sciences. Initially, I wanted to do engineering, but I wanted to do automobile engineering because I loved. I was lucky enough to have like an automotive teacher when I was in science class. Then, briefly, I think for about a term or 2 terms thereabout. So I was really fascinated with cars. But my father kind of discouraged me because he felt like, no, a girl cannot read, automobile engineering. It's a man thing. Okay, so like the pressure, like I said, the pressure of, okay, what to study. I went from, okay, I'll study, okay, daddy said I cannot study automobile engineering. Okay, maybe I'll study chemical engineering or study, it was just was a drag. And then for those of us that know how the Nigerian education system is, we know that it's not always easy to get admission. Except maybe your parents are boxed up and you now go to your university and you attend, sorry, a private university, then you have no pressure. So that's, trying to get admission. Okay, I think initially said, was it computer engineering? I can't remember now. So one engineering course I picked, and tried to road jam, pursue me. I didn't get admission. I think I'd taken the course like twice or so. After that, I'm like, maybe God does not want this course for me. I had to sit down and rethink, okay, what course do I want to do? What course do I have passion for? People tell you, read what you have passion for. So you not get tired. My sister and brother, it's not easy to find passion in the education sector. Not everybody immediately knows automatically what they want to do. It takes time for some people. I mean, it took me a while. After much thinking, I was like, okay, there's a particular subject I've loved all through school, and it is mathematics. I was lucky enough to have good mathematics teacher in my primary and secondary school. So that kind of built my love for mathematics. I was like, mathematics is something I never get tired of stuff of calculating. I like the challenge in, calculating this problem, trying to get the solution and all of that. For me, it was a thing. So I was like, okay, why not even go and study maths? I started narrowing down, okay, schools are studying maths. And I didn't want to do pure mathematics because I knew there was some aspect of maths that I didn't like. Like subjects like trigonometry was a no for me. Me and trig, we're not, we don't work. Then another one that didn't work for me was, what's the name of this topic now? Trig, trying to remember the name of this topic. It just came to my head and it left. Yeah, shapes. So anything that has to do with shape, where they say they will not draw like a trapezium or draw like a rectangular or cuboid or something and say a shape has this one. Calculate the I don't like any of those things because it means you have to cram formula. I didn't like, so anything shapes, anything trig, I didn't like. So I knew I didn't want to study pure mathematics. So I wanted to study mathematics, but I wanted to study different parts of mathematics. So that was not left for me to go and start doing my research. Okay, what type of mathematics do I want to know? And when I was doing my research, I kind of fell in love with industrial mathematics. So I made up my mind, okay, I was going to read industrial mathematics. And I went to check, Nigerian schools, not private universities though, like Nigerian schools that, offer industrial mathematics. Then that was when I came down to DELSU and UNAP. Long story short, I got admission into to study industrial mathematics. But by and large, it took me a while. Was and it was a journey I had to find myself because my parents were this kind of parents that didn't never wanted to impose any course on us. So they wanted any course each and every one of us were doing was something we wanted to do, something that we loved, not something that tomorrow when I say that is you that say I should read this course and all that. So one of the things I despite the fact that yes, my dad didn't allow me to read automobile engineering, but he tried his best to guide me. And when I told him I wanted to read industrial maths, to my parents I wanted, none of them they didn't like object and say no, why you gonna read mathematics, you can look for, they were in agreement to it. And it did happen for only me, for all my siblings, for all of us, for whatever course we chose to read. Our parents gave us like their 100% backing, and which was really really cool. So yeah, that happened. So we entered the university, my brothers and sisters. It was not a funny stuff. Entering the university, different life, and I schooled in Delso, and Delta State is like I was born and brought up and raised in Lagos State. So imagine having to stay in Delta. Delta from Lagos to Delta is about 8 hours journey. So that's 1,000 kilometers away from home. I didn't really know anybody. I didn't really have any family person. I later found out that I had family people there though, but as at that time when I came, I didn't really know anybody. So it was difficult trying to adjust and find people and stuff like that. So I didn't really have a family member or anybody that I knew. So it was like a different environment for me. And it wasn't like I had any friend that, was going to be there with me. I was just all by myself. So it was really difficult for me, you know. But one of the things that I always try to do when I get to a new environment is observe them, read the room, and try to, make new friends. And I did. I made new friends. I can remember then screening was stressful. Oh god, screening was stressful. Like, was literally stressful. Those of us that probably went to federal or state university, as the case may be, on more to say work, the queue is much. That was stressful, trying to adjust to university life, living away far from home, not having any old friends, having to make new friends was really a lot. And I can remember then I was staying in school still, and I think in my room then we were about 14 of us in the room. So you can imagine having 14 other females in the room. Wasn't, But I had like cool roommates. I don't think I really had problematic roommates. The only person that was kind of a little that wanted to be difficult was my Betty, because everyone was like, my Betty is this very street person. But funny enough, God so kind. We were really cool. We had like a cool understanding and stuff. Yeah, she could be harsh at times, but she was not really harsh to me and all of that. But it wasn't easy. University life was not easy, running from class to class, lecture to lecture. I remember in 100 level, Jesus. We had like, especially when we had like general courses for, all those people that are into, faculty of science, art, and everybody had to come together. I could remember there was this particular course I stood. I literally used to, the class was filled up. I was almost fainting. The person that helped me then was my friend. Shout out to Isioma if you ever get to watch this video. So she was there and she had to literally beg somebody that was sitting down and say, please, my friend is not feeling fine. Please, can she sit down? I was really going to faint in that class. As the person not been merciful enough for me to sit down, my enemy will have fainted in that class because I was exhausted. There was no man, it wasn't easy. So yeah, that for me, it wasn't easy picking a career, a course to study, university life and all that. It wasn't really easy at all. Like, there were good times though. I'm not going to say that there were all bad times. There were good times, but like it wasn't rosy. It wasn't rosy. Like, that was when we started seeing the glimpse of the adult, but we're not seeing too much, because then we say, I'm supposed to send you pocket money now, still pay your school fees. You're not responsible for paying your school fees, so we were smelling it. It was in the air. Adulthood was in the air, but we are not catch it yet, because now we they say they pay us, they say they give us money. Now when you give you money again, now say you don't set. But then I'll see, my parents will sending me money, pocket money, pay my fees and all that. So I wasn't really feeling it. And I don't know, I was this kind of person that was just so focused on book. Because all through, it's not that I'm older, I'm like, why did I even say something? Why did I not do business in school? I never really did any business in school. I was all about my education. I came there to read book, and I felt like, yes, I needed to read book. I didn't want any carryover. I wanted to finish the 4 years of my course. I wanted to finish my 4 years. So I was so focused on, school. So I was not really business oriented in school. My business sense came, when it dawned on me that I'm on my own, you understand? So if I need to shop, I need to, your parents can be there to help you, but it's not like before again. So I think that's where my business tends. But when they say poverty kind of brings out the best in you. I wasn't poor though. But like the reality of that, I was responsible for myself. I think I had to make my brain start working and all that. So yeah, that was my own journey from, trying to start and find a education path, and possible career path for myself. That was my own personal experience. So please like, share, comment in the comment section. Let me hear your own opinions. How was your own adulthood of entering the university, picking a course to study and all of that? How was it like for you? I want to hear your opinions. Please kindly share. Please let me know also what you would like to hear in the next series of adulthood. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.